don't matter now.
Welcome back to Breakfast on One. It is just after 7:15. In your news headlines, National leader Simon Bridges has told Breakfast the Prime Minister is losing control of his staff after what he called a shambolic week for the government. Pubs and clubs around the country will pull the plug on their pokie machines for an hour today to raise the awareness of the harm gambling causes within communities. And British Prime Minister Theresa May says the idea of a second Brexit referendum would be a gross betrayal of democracy. More details at 7:30. Hei te wā, catch you then.
Ngā mihi kia koe. Thanks, Daniel. 7:17 on Breakfast. Since December, 4 people have died on the stretch of highway between Waihi and Tauranga. Locals say it is New Zealand's deadliest stretch of road, and they're fed up. It's not included in the government's billion-dollar National Land Transport Program. Fix the Bloody Road campaigner Matthew Farrell joins us from the area this morning. Morena, Matthew, thanks for being with us. Can you just tell us a little bit about the road?
Morena. Sure, well, it's not just us saying it, the AA will say it too, and they said it in the run-up to the last election. This is one of, if not, the highest risk highway in the country. We've had 20 dead from 2010 to 2017, 30,000 vehicles a day plus using this stretch of road now. That's from a traffic count taken during a recent trial. 1,500 vehicles per hour using one lane. That's school traffic, commuter traffic, business traffic, kiwi fruit, logging, avocados going to the port. It's absolutely chaotic every morning. You can't plan your journey times.
Do people get nervous using the road?
They do, and this stretch of road is covered by volunteers in terms of the Imokara Volunteer Fire Brigade and the Medical First Response Unit. It's the same people coming out to these accidents every day, every weekend. And there are a number of people who aren't happy for their children to be driving this road as they learn to drive. And there are a number of adults as well who are apprehensive about driving these stretches of road which aren't really fit for purpose. They're too narrow, they don't have an adequate shoulder, there's no median barrier, there are large sections with no armco, ditches, banks, blind crests and summits, tight bends, you name it. This road is 2 generations old, and it's showing the signs of that now.
The road has had $80 million allocated to it this year. Is that not sufficient to fix it up?
Well, that money was allocated in January and was announced again on Friday. It's the same money, and it's also starting at the Waihi end. The real issue is obviously at the Tauranga end, and particularly the Karikari-Tauranga stretch is really the deadly one. You're 8 times more likely to die in Te Puna or Apata than you are on a typical stretch of highway elsewhere in the country. So given that funding was allocated in April 2016 for construction to start on the Tauranga Northern Link arterial, Route M it was called in 91 or 95 I think, still hasn't started. We don't care which colour the party is that does it, but something needs to happen on this road very soon.
OK, yeah, you just want it fixed. So would you start at the Tauranga end? And just to be clear, do you need more than the $80 million that's already been allocated?
I think in April 2016, I think it was a $520 million project for the whole Waihi-Tauranga highway, but obviously land costs, construction costs, material costs have all gone through the roof.
Yeah.
I think the Tauranga Northern Link was something like $278 million. That was allocated. So where's that money gone? But to be honest with you, we welcome the investment around the country for the other regions, but we just think that the deadliest road should have been the top priority, not come back to us in 6 months after record submissions to the Regional Council, the government policy statement on land transport. We just want to be heard, and we want a voice for the politicians in Wellington and the NZTA board to actually help this community.
All right, Matthew, thanks so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. That's Matthew Farrell from Fix the Bloody Road.
It's 20 minutes past 7 now. When students return